When you've lived as many lives as the Avatar, you're bound to make a few enemies. For this list, we'll be choosing the greatest villains from both Avatar: The Last Airbender and its sequel series, The Legend of Korra. Keep in mind, we won't be including characters that started as antagonists but ended up turning to the side of good in the end, like our man Zuko. Also, as you'd expect, there are a fair few spoilers included, so a spoiler alert is now in effect. Number 10. Unak. Turning family members of key characters into standout villains is a thought-provoking storytelling device, and Avatar has made good use of it. For Korra, this comes in the form of her uncle Unak, a man who is gifted when it comes to dispelling dark arts. He's also one hell of a double-crosser. Not only did he turn on his own brother and set off events that led to the civil war between the northern and southern water tribes, he also freed the spirit of darkness Vatsu, fusing with him to become a horrific amalgamation known as the Dark Avatar. Needless to say, he won't be missed at future family gatherings.
You are not the true chief.
I am. And you will bow to me.
Number 9. Combustion Man. A man of no words and serious conviction, this assassin was hired by Zuko to end the Avatar once and for all, a job he took very seriously, tracking Aang and the gang for miles. His method of killing was explosive even by firebending standards. Able to let loose a concentrated blast from his forehead tattoo that could decimate nearly anything, he certainly proved to be a dangerous, albeit short-lived foe. Heck, he was so dead set on completing his contract that he nearly killed the guy who was going to pay him. Alas, his combustion bending is no match for a well-timed boomerang. Longfang. Ba Sing Se may look like a small paradise on first glance, but upon closer inspection, it's clear there's a divide in living standards between the inhabitants of each area. Even the Earth King himself is a naive puppet who is fed lies by the corrupt and deadly Longfang, leader of the city's secret police, the Dai Li. In order to maintain control, this efficient cutthroat brainwashed and imprisoned those who got too close to the truth at a secret facility under Lake Logai. And his plans seemed foolproof, at least until he made one fatal error. That never works out.
You've been treated as our honored guest, but from now on you will be watched every moment by Dai Li agents. If you mention the war to anyone, you will be expelled.
Number 7. Zhao. From the get-go, it was clear that there was more to Zuko than his desperate need to reclaim his honor, and that there was an ember of good inside. At least, that's what becomes obvious when you put him in the same room as this guy. In a sense, the very first villain of the Avatar franchise, Zhao did whatever it took to capture Aang for his own personal gain and the pride of one-upping the Fire Lord's disgraced son. However, it's that same pride that ended up costing him. After slaying the Moon Spirit, he ended up facing the wrath of the Avatar Spirit merged with the Ocean Spirit, and he chose to drown rather than accept Zuko's help.
Take my hand!
Number 6. Vatsu. Long before the Avatars ever existed, there was a battle between the supernatural embodiments of light and darkness. Through deceit, Vatsu managed to end the stalemate and unleash his evil on the world. Only due to the intervention of a human called Wan and the light spirit Rava were they able to seal him away, and in doing so, they became the first Avatar. Vatsu would eventually be freed from his prison by Unak, leading to a climactic battle with his old enemy, now in the form of Korra. If Ultimate Evil did have a voice, he'd probably sound like this well-spoken monstrosity.
What did you say to her exactly?
Number 5. Zahir. Behold, the one villain that left Korra utterly broken. Along with his 3 lethal criminal companions, Zahir's desire is true freedom for the world, where the likes of the government and avatars will no longer hold sway over the people. With his newfound power of airbending and his philosophical nature, the leader of the Red Lotus committed some pretty horrific deeds in the name of his cause. He suffocated the Earth Queen and beat Tenzin to near death, not to mention he poisoned poisoned and effectively crippled Korra. He may have lost the final battle, but his actions were most definitely felt throughout the rest of the series.
The poison has done its work. The Avatar cycle will be over momentarily.
Number 4. Amon. In our introduction to the brand new Avatar, we were given an equally compelling villain, leader of the Equalists, a movement that sought to battle against benders. Amon appeared to be a formidable warrior with the power to take away a person's ability to bend the elements. Underneath that mask, however, it's a whole different story. Amon's father wasn't only one of Aang's enemies, but also possibly the most powerful bloodbender to ever live, a power Amon inherited. He may have managed to pull the wool over everyone's eyes and inspire their prejudices, but in the end his hypocrisy and arrogance proved to be his downfall. Like father, like son. Number 3. Kuvira. In the wake of Zahir dismantling the Earth Kingdom came one of Avatar's most complex dictators. Highly revered as the Great Uniter, Kuvira brought hope and prosperity back to her people to the point where she amassed enough devotion and power that she could demand that the entire world submit to the new Earth Empire or suffer the consequences. With her mastery of metal bending and an army at her back, not to mention the near unstoppable force of the Colossus at her disposal, the battle between this sympathetic tyrant and the Avatar was a truly worthy choice for Korra's final outing. Number 2, Firelord Ozai. Continuing the work started by his ancestor Sozin, Ozai is a ruthless Firelord who holds dominion not only over his own nation, but over the rest of the world as well via subjugation, enslavement, and terror. His presence can be felt throughout the entire series, even before his big reveal. And boy, what an intro he makes. So without empathy that he was willing to hideously burn his own son's face, Ozai cares only about power. This is made even clearer during his climactic final battle with Aang, where he's prepared to burn the entire Earth Kingdom to ashes. His defeat may have left him a powerless man, but the impact he made won't be forgotten in a hurry.
I'm still alive.
Number 1. Azula, a master manipulator completely without remorse whose inner turmoil led her down to the road of utter insanity. Azula truly was a villain's villain. The sister of Zuko and a powerful firebender in her own right, she managed to bring down all of Ba Sing Se, practically killed Aang with a lightning bolt, and played every one of her friends and foes like pawns. Her final battle against her brother was the perfect contrast to show just how far she had fallen from grace, lifting the veil to show the madness within her. She's a monster with a perfect smile that will incinerate you without a second thought, and oh how we love her for it. Thanks for watching. Do you agree with our list? Is there anybody you think we should have had here that we didn't? Tell us down in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos.